All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the training. We're going to go ahead and get started here in about a minute. We just got a couple of people getting on. Welcome. Let's see here. All right, guys. Let me turn on my I still have a little bit of a cough. For some of you guys that may not know, I was a little bit under the weather for 2 weeks. I had COVID for 2 weeks. And from Tuesday to Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays later. And so, it wasn't too bad. It was more uncomfortable than anything else for me. But anyways, I'm back. I'm excited. And we're going to go ahead and kick this off. We're going to start building momentum into 2021 as of right now. Okay, guys. And it's really exciting, everything that's going on. So I want to share with you guys some information that's working, something new that most of you guys haven't heard, at least on the Power Hour. If you guys have been a part of my sales organization in the past, you may have heard it. And by the way, anybody that's able to turn on your camera, please turn on your camera. If you cannot turn it on, that's fine. But if you can turn it on, you guys know how it is. I appreciate it if you guys could turn on your camera. So here's the deal. Everybody at the beginning of the year starts off with the same old cheesy new year, new me. This is my year, blah, 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 happy new year. But in reality, most people just say that, but they don't do anything that makes that new year either happy or new. Most people, it's just tradition to say that the new year is going to be a better year. But in reality, what is it that you're doing that's going to make it a new year? And if it was that important, why would you wait till January 1st? Not only that, most people take January 1st off. They're like, it's important in December. They're like, it's important, but it's not important enough to start building momentum now. And then come the new year, the first day of the year, they even take it off. So what I'm saying, this is Eagle School. So what I want to talk about is the incredible opportunity that we've got here, how to do some things. I'm going to identify what some skills are to build. And I'm going to tell you why you want to develop these skills. Okay, guys? So with that being said, this is what we call the time money chart. The time money chart, the way that it works is, and by the way, I'm letting people in as we're doing this, so excuse me. So the time money chart works like this. As you're building your solar business, you don't have all of the referrals in the world. You don't have the biggest team in the world. I highly, highly recommend building a sales organization. Trust me when I tell you, Friday's getting those team commission checks for $500, $1,000, $2,000, because you got teammates that are making sales. That, my friends, is freedom to be able to get paid off of the efforts of other people. It was, I believe it was J. Paul Getty who said, one of the first recorded billionaires in the US, he said, I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. That's exactly the opportunity that Powur gives us. So why build a team? Here's the way it works. This is a time money chart. In the beginning, here's what's happening. In the beginning, you're going to invest, and you have to know this ahead of time. In the beginning, what's going to happen is that you're going to invest more time than the money that you make. That's just how it works. In the beginning, you're going to invest more time than the money that you make. Now, an entrepreneurial-minded individual says, this is a part of the game. It's all good. I got to first write this down for your notes. These are philosophies that you've got to have. You need to be willing to work without pay in order to get paid without work. You've got to be willing to work without pay in order to one day get paid without work. Did you guys know that there's people in this company that make $5,000 a week, $10,000 a week, $20,000 a week from passive income from their business? And here's the deal. There's 90 million homes in America that are eligible for solar. Less than 3 million have solar. That means there's 87 million homes out there. That means that the people that build the biggest team, okay, my goal in the next 10 years is for my sales organization to put solar on 5 million homes. Over the next 10 years, if I don't go out there and make a minimum of $20 million with Powur in the next 10 years, I messed up somewhere. That's my personal goals. That's my personal goals. 20 million bucks minimum in the next 10 years, minimum. If I don't do that, something went drastically wrong. Have you thought about that? That's my question. Have you thought about that? I'm going to share with you guys some powerful stuff. I hope you guys make the time because we're going to go about an hour today. Because we're going to start building momentum. And now, from this point forward, we're going to identify who are the eagles that really want to make it happen in business. This is eagle school. This is not duck school. So here's how it goes. Let's say first quarter. I invested a lot of time. I prospected a lot of people. I called a lot of people. I invited people to join my business. I made a little bit of money. I invested a lot of time. That's how it is. I'm here to tell you that's how it is. But see, as you keep going, here's what happens as you keep going. You invest a lot of time, but now the money that you're making, it's a little bit more. Let's say it's a second quarter. This is month 4 through month 6. 4, 5, and 6. Now all of a sudden, you're still investing. But see, the only way that the scale is going to go in this direction is if you are consistent. You can't go hard for 1 month. You can't go hard for 1 month and then take a month off. Let me give you one of the, let me give you a golden nugget. One of the reasons why most people quit is because they have, why most people quit and why most people fail is because they have too many starts and stops. Most people have too many starts and stops. And that is the reason why most people fail. Because most people suffer from averageness syndrome. Averageness syndrome. That means that they are temporarily motivated. They'll listen to something like this and they'll say, I'm going to go out there and make it happen. And let me tell you something, 9 out of 10 people, it's just lip service. You claim you're going to make it happen, but listen, once you get somebody that tells you no, once you get somebody that tells you you're wasting your time, once you get somebody that goes with another company instead of you, you're going to end up quitting. But if you go out there and you make a decision, hey man, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to play games. I make a joke all the time. I say, hey, listen, I don't play games. Hold on 1 second. I got my tea and I got to take things out of my tea. The tea's already too strong. Here's one of the things, and if you've worked with me in the past, you've heard me say this plenty of times. I don't play games. I quit school because of recess. Okay? We're not playing games here. I guarantee you by December of next year, our team, my team, will have the most mentors, the most growth sales-wise, the most growth in new sales, the most growth in installed sales. We will be, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the #1 team. We will have people earning the biggest mentor checks and the biggest passive income checks. Mark my words. Because we're going to go on purpose. That is the system that we're creating. Sell solar and build a team. Now, if you don't want to build a team, you don't have to build a team. If all you want to do is sell solar, great. But here's how it goes. So let's keep going. You get the picture, the time money chart. As you consistently and persistently follow the system, prospect, invite, plant seeds, now all of a sudden it gets to the point. Maybe it's the third quarter. It might take you 6 to 9 months to get here, where the amount of time that you're dedicating to the business is equal to the amount of money that you're making. Some of you guys, it happens in 3 months, in 2 months. Some of you guys, it's going to happen in a year. Everybody's on a different time scale. For me, It took me 1 month to make my first sale. I went hard for a month. So if you would have talked to me 29 days into it, hey man, how's it going? Haven't made any money yet. Actually, technically I did, because I have people on my team. I think Anthony Bonilla is one of them. He made his first sale before I made my first sale. But guess what? 29 days into it, I had no sales. 30 days into it, I had no sales. It was about my 35th day. Boom, I got a personal sale. And I wasn't a mentor yet. So my team, you know who made, no, the person that made the very first sale on my team is David Small from Northern California. Made the first sale on the team. Somebody else mentored the deal. So I made a unit level commission. Couple $100, probably like $400. Then Anthony, I believe, made the second sale, made another $400 or $500, the 20% unit level. So my first month, I put in 50 hours a week minimum. Let's say 4 weeks straight. 50 hours a week times 4 weeks, that's $200. I probably made about $1,200 in commissions. You see how the time money chart works? 200 hours in a month for $1,200. Some of you guys are going to put in 100 hours a month, 200 hours a month, and not make zero money. Everybody's different. Now, if it was going to stay that way, 200 hours a month for $1,200, then I would have stuck around. But I know how this business works. If I plant enough seeds, if I call people, tell them that I'm in the solar business, if I go and knock on doors, visit new homeowners, get ambassadors, I know that if I keep doing that consistently and persistently with a great attitude, people are going to know. Here's your goal. Write this down. Your goal should be for a minimum of 200 people knowing that you're the solar guy or the solar girl. When somebody asks about solar, they think your name. Hey, oh, you're looking for a solar guy? My friend Rafael, he's a solar guy. Oh, my friend Isela, she's a solar gal. You need solar, that's who you need to call. You got to get to the point where 200 people know beyond the shadow of a doubt that not only are you the solar guy or gal, but you own it and you are proud of it and you wear the t-shirts. See, you see this shirt here? It says Credit Hero because I own a credit repair company. But I also got shirts that say Solar Hero. Then on the back it says, if you're looking to save money by going solar, contact me, or something like that. When I go to the gym, that's what I wear. When I go to the farmer's market, that's what I wear. I don't even wear brands. I hardly wear brands. For example, this is the only sweater I found right now. It's my ADT sweater. My wife and I, we have an ADT business. So those are little plugs. Anybody needs credit repair ADT, hit me up, right? That's the least I could do, right, for doing these trainings. Just put it in my little plugs. Because I can't sell you solar. You can sell yourself solar, right? So here's the deal, guys. As we keep building, then it starts getting to a fun part where you realize, wow, I put in this amount of energy in hours, but my check is more. There's people in Powur that make more in a month than they used to make in a year before they got into solar. There's people that have traditional jobs that came in here and owned it. See, here's the deal though. You're not gonna make the big bucks if you're tippy-toeing around the industry. Here's the decision that I made when I started. I'm gonna be the solar guy. I'm gonna burn. If you wanna take the island, burn the ships. If you wanna take the island, burn the ships. So here was my thought. I've done different things in my life. My last career was in the network marketing industry. I was a network marketing leader. I said, I'm gonna burn the ships. I'm not a network marketing leader. I'm the solar guy. Here's what I love about this industry and this company. You can go out there and make 30 grand per month consistently and more off of your own efforts. There's a guy, Jonathan Budd, the owner of the company, announced this guy on the Power Hitters group. In 1 week, he got $50,000 in deposits into his bank account. Tell me, what's the difference between him and you? Can he talk to people and you can't? Does he breathe the same air as you breathe? Does he have red blood pumping through his veins just like you do? Does he have the internet the way that you do? Does he have a cell phone that you don't have? Does he have internet access that you don't have? No. The difference between him and you and him and me is simple. Here's the difference. The difference between him and other people that aren't doing it is that he talked to more people and got more rejection. I want you to write that down. A master was once a disaster. The way he got from disaster to master is he got more rejection, more no's. He made more phone calls. He knocked on more doors. He followed up with more people. He got more rejection. There's no way around it. See, and here's where you want to get to, where you're investing a little bit of time and you're making big amount of money. Little bit of time. Are there people that make already 100 grand a month with this company? You damn right there are. 100, a rock a month, 100,000 a month. Let me tell you something. If you are a part of Powur and you could fog up a mirror, meaning you are alive, you can make that kind of money if you choose to. It's a decision. But here's the deal. It's not that people, here's the deal. Write this down for your notes. The reason why people don't achieve big things is because it's not because they aim too high and miss. It's that people aim too low and they hit. They aim too low and they hit. You want to make $10,000 a month. Don't have a goal of making $10,000 a month. Have a goal of making $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month. Here's the deal. Check this out. I'm looking at a quote on my wall by Donald Trump. As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big. Now, I don't care if you like him or not. At the end of the day, the dude's a billionaire. He knows how to make money. Most people think too small. So this is what can happen. At first, you invest a lot of time, make a little bit of money. I'm telling you, that's how it works. You've got to be willing to work without pay in order to get paid without work. Then it'll get to the point. I got like 6 presentations today this week for mentor sales. My goal is to finish off the week with 3 closed deals, minimum. And one of them has to be a personal one. So I want to close 2 to 3 mentor sales, and I want to close 1 mentor sale. So 4 sales. The most sales that I've closed in 1 week with Powur is 5 sales in a week. The most I've made in a week was that week, $17,000 in 1 week. Hey, son. Yes. Something educational first. My son watches 30 minutes of TV a day. So he's asking me if he could watch TV today. So here's the deal. Other than that, he plays with his imagination and his toys. And he's the happiest kid in the world. So the mindset is, here's a mindset. The mindset is, I've got to be willing to work without pay in order to get paid without work. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So here's what you have to ask yourself. And next week, I'm going to do a training showing you what it takes to get here. Because a lot of people have a misconception of what it takes to get here. There's 3 kinds of people in this business. There's people that want to supplement their income. There's people that want to replace their income. And then there's people that want financial freedom. In the chat, I want you to tell me in the chat, where do you see yourself? 1, 2, or 3? Do you want to simply supplement your income, which is okay? That somebody says, hey man, I just want to make some couple extra bucks. If I can make an extra $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, I'm cool. The replace your income is pretty self-explanatory. That's somebody who says, hey man, when this business gets to making me as much as my job, that's when I made it. That's my goal, to replace my income and do it from home. That's cool. It's a great goal. Let me know in the chat which one you are. And this also lets me know who's actually paying attention and who's just background noise. The next one is financial freedom. There's some people that they want financial freedom. Okay? So D is talking about financial freedom. Awesome. Michelle, financial freedom. Mayor Gabriel, financial freedom. Isela, financial freedom. Okay, good. 3. Awesome. Stephen Pacheco, financial freedom. James Kim, financial freedom. Okay, great. Gerardo, great. So, let me go back. So, financial freedom. Next week, I'm going to talk about the activities that it takes for all 3. Because here's the deal. Some people want a full-time income with a minimum wage attitude and activity. That's not going to work. So a lot of people are deceived. They think that they're doing enough and that they're doing the type of activities. Because I'm going to show you there's A activity, B activity, and C activity. I'm going to show you what those are. A activity is a money-making activity. Too many people are doing C activity. That is not money-making activity. Then they wonder, how come they're not where they want to be? So next Monday, I'm going to be training on these 3 things in addition to some other things. What it's gonna take, I haven't even put that training together. I've got this training already done for another company. I'm gonna do it where it applies to Powur. Okay, guys? So let's keep moving. How to start your Powur business. I'm gonna just breeze through this. We have a training on this. I'm gonna share this training in the Powur Hitters group. When you see that YouTube link, follow that channel. I have a training channel with a lot of trainings already in it. And today I'm talking to a friend of mine telling me create a training website with 4 modules of about 5 videos each. It's gonna be 20 total. That way, when you get started, you go in there and you go at your speed. If you want to learn fast, you learn fast. Step number 1, you have to write down why you're doing the business. Very basic, but very important. The most important. Couple little tips on your why. Make sure you write them down. Make sure they're specific and make sure they tug on your heartstrings. Why are you doing the business? It may be a single mother that says, I want to give my kids a better life than I did, and we've struggled, and my kids are the reason why I do this. Let me tell you something, single mother, single father, whoever you are, whatever your label is, you can literally change your life. Let me share with you a story. A little bit over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I was worth 1.3 million bucks. I had a lot of money in cryptocurrency. I had a business that was paying me over 20 grand a month consistently every single month. 1 year later, I lost it all of it. I'll get into that story in my podcast. I'm launching a podcast in January. The point is, I went from hero to zero within a year. December last year, I had a friend lend me $10,000 to pay my bills because I helped my mother out. I pay her house. My mom has been retired for the last 10 years. I had a friend lend me $10,000, which I've paid him back since. And I was looking into the solar business. I was actually going to different companies to get hired for solar. I was looking for the right company. Then I found Powur. I started with Powur late March. So really when I started was April. April, I knew nothing about solar. I never closed a solar deal. And I said, if I put my head down and I put the blinders and I focus, December is going to be an incredible December. And I went all out. I burned my ships, meaning, as I said earlier, if you want to take the island, you burn the ships. There's a story of a general, 300 men was in his army. They were fighting 3,000 men on that island. He tells the men, burn the ships. We either win or we perish. They burned the ships. Guess what? They won. You know why? They had no choice. Losing was not an option. Had they had the boats, they had an option to go back. Now they said, we cannot go back. We have no boats. So we got to win. The difference is that most people will start a business or a career path, but they don't burn their boats. They're half in, half out. No. Burn your boats. Don't be a secret Powur agent. Don't be a secret agent. You should have 200 people that know that you are the solar guy or gal. Your social media, here's if you want to replace your income and if you want financial freedom, your social media, when they go on there, people should know you are in the solar business. No question about it. So how do you launch it? You do your why, right? Why you're doing the business. You make a list of 100 people minimum. You call them all. I have a video training, which I will share on the Powur Hitters group as well. And anybody that asks me for it, I'll send it to you. Exactly what I said. I'll give you an example, right? And I always go for the new people because there's always new people. And you've got to learn the basics. Some of you guys already have experience. You already did this. That's fine. Okay? But this is for everybody. So the list of 100 people, and you call them and you let them know that you're now in the solar business. To me, it goes a little something like this. Give somebody a call, small talk. Excuse me. Then I say, hey, listen, so-and-so, John, reason why I'm calling you is because I'm calling everybody that I know, or I'm calling if he's a professional, all of the professionals in my network to let them know I just started a career path in the solar industry. I'm very excited, and this is what I'm going to do over the next 10 to 15 years minimum. Okay. Reason why I'm letting you know is just so you know, if you ever have anybody that has questions about solar or anybody that may be interested in solar, I would appreciate if you'd keep me in mind. Then I go from that point on, depending on his response is my response. And I have a training video on this. But here's the deal. What I do is I block time. Blocking time. I would write that down. I block time for prospecting calls. I block time for follow-up calls. I say from 2 to 3, I'm following up on my leads. 2 to 4, I'm following up on my leads. Or I'm calling people to let them know that I'm in the business, right? Or I'm blocking out time to call prospects to get them on the opportunity webinar. I'm blocking out time to call teammates to promote a certain training. I block out time. And I don't check my social media. I only block out time and I only do what I said that I'm going to do. Okay? Contact list. Now that you made your list, you contact the list. Also, here's another tip. Add 10 to 20 power contacts daily. What are power contacts? These are the people in the industries that have the clients that you need for your business. It's networking. You got to network. So check this out. I network with realtors for my solar business and my credit business. So I've got employees, their sole job is to contact real estate people. So check this out. What if you make it a habit going on a Facebook group of realtors and you add, let me admit this person, and you add, say, 10 to 20 real estate agents in a day. Facebook also lets you know, and this could be on LinkedIn, it could be on Facebook, whatever. It also lets you know when they've accepted your request. So guess what you do? Once they accept your request, you message them. Not to pitch them, to introduce yourself. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Thank you for accepting my friend request. I hope 2020 has been your best year yet in real estate. Simple. Nobody likes to get spammed, but you're building a relationship. But now if your Facebook shows that you are a solar professional and that's what you do and you own it, they will notice that. Now, if they reply, you start a dialogue, but don't be so quick to pitch them. Your pitch, here's what happens. My pitch comes from the stuff that I share there. Depends on how the conversation goes, I'll ask them. You know what I mean? If the conversation is going good or they ask me a question, I'll ask them, by the way, do you currently work with a solar professional? I make it seem like that's a normal thing. Do you currently work with a solar professional? No, I don't. Well, listen, in case any of your customers are ever interested, I'd appreciate if you keep me in mind. We have some incredible referrals, you know, for real estate professionals that refer their customers to us. Always remember this, facts tell, stories sell. If I get one that bites, meaning he's interested, even if it's not your story, if it's somebody else's story. If he says, oh, really? So you got some real estate professionals, real estate people that work with you that send you guys business? Absolutely. Then I'll get into a story. Yeah, matter of fact, I've got a friend of mine who's a real estate broker. I helped 3 of his customers go solar. He earned close to $10,000 in commissions. Because remember, there's the ambassador, $1,000. But here's what I shoot for. I shoot to get them as an ambassador and eventually upgrade them into a consultant. Because if they're going to earn $3,000 to $4,000 instead of $1,000, they're more than likely to set you up for these meetings. Does that make sense? Or you can simply start them off as, now, if you're not a mentor yet, starting them off as ambassador is better because you would be the sales rep. But if you're not a mentor yet and they start in the business, then they're going to mentor, somebody else is going to mentor the deal, which is still fine. You're still earning the unilevel pay and you're working your way towards mentoring. So one of the good practices, add 10 to 20 contacts daily minimum that are power contacts, and contact them, not in a spammy way. Contact them. What you're doing is you're building your network. Remember we talked about 200 people. We talked about 200 people that should know what it is that you do. This is how you get there fast. First of all, making a list of 100, doesn't matter if they're homeowners or not. When you make a list of 100 people, doesn't matter that they're homeowners, because everybody that's not a homeowner knows a homeowner. Maybe it's an 18-year-old kid who lives in his parents' basement, but his parents own that house. Now, and they don't have solar. Do you think that kid, that 18-year-old kid that lives in his parents' basement, Do you think that he may be interested in earning $1,000 for a referral? You damn right he is. That's why here's another thing when you contact your list. Write this down. This is super important. And there's a big mistake that people make. They prejudge people on the list. Do not prejudge them. Here's what you want to focus on when you're contacting and prospecting. I don't focus on the results. I focus on the activity, because the only thing I can control is two things: my attitudes and my actions. That's the only thing I can control. My attitude. If I go door knocking, if I go visit new homeowners, I don't care. Of course, I want to get bills, but I don't look at how many bills I get and how many appointments I set. I look at that at the end of the day to see if I can do something right. But here's what I focus on. This is the number that I got to hit. I got to knock on this many doors or visit this many homeowners. And I'm going to do that. That's the activity. And I'm going to do it with the best attitude no matter what. Even if 5 people in a row slam the door on me, the 6th person, I'm going to approach with the same enthusiasm as I did the first person. Why? Because all I can control is my attitude and my actions. That's all I can control. Nothing else can I control, right? If you invite people to an opportunity webinar, guess what? And they don't show up, all you can control is doing the right activity with the right attitude. The rest of it, you cannot control. So I don't spend time on it, okay? Now, when they accept your request, reach out. We talked about that. Let's move forward. Here's a couple ways to get leads. First of all is your warm market. That's where your list of 100 people come in. And I got to tell you, unless you have a terrible reputation with people, if you contact 100 people the proper way in your warm market, friends, family members, neighbors, Facebook friends, whatever, unless you have a terrible reputation with people, and as long as you do it right, I don't see how you cannot at least get a couple bills. And that's all we ask for. All I ask for is, hey man, give me a shot to show you what I could do for you. Whether you buy or not, we'll find out. But all I want is a shot. Remember, here's how I keep it simple. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. When you're new, that's what you want to master. There's a lot to learn. Main panel upgrade, type of roof. Don't get caught up on that. That's what I did when I got started. I was like, I thought I had to know everything before I did anything. Then I realized at the end of the day, above everything else, here's what I realized. I got to get good at getting the interest of the homeowner, right? Getting the bill and getting the appointment. When I get the appointment and all that stuff, all of the technical stuff my mentor is going to do. That's why Powur does how many mentor deals? 3. You learn so much in those mentor deals, but here's the deal. Most people do not succeed. You know why? They overcomplicate shit. Don't overcomplicate shit, right? Okay. Thank you, Gabriel. I know you got to go to that meeting. Don't overcomplicate things. It's simple. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. Then as you get appointments, and let me tell you something. If you get 3 appointments and sit down with a mentor, that doesn't mean you're going to get 3 sales. The mentor might close 1 or 2 out of the 3. He might close none. You never know. If you force them in and they're not really interested, or it just doesn't make sense. So guess what? For you to get your first 3 deals, you might have to do 5, 6, 7 presentations, right? But guess what? You're learning every single time. And here's what I recommend you do, that you record that presentation and you see it over and over. And every time you learn, for me, you know how long it took me to learn what a kilowatt hour was? Kilowatt versus kilowatt hour? That stuff had me stuck for a long time. Then I realized, what's the most important thing right now? Get people in front of the information. If I get more people in front of the information, the better I'm going to do. It's the bottom line. Okay, so your warm market, social media, we talked about that. Anthony is one of the best guys I have seen in social media. That dude promotes. And Anthony, if you could unmute yourself real quick, okay? I would like to know how many deals since you started in April you have closed, if you don't mind sharing. And here's the deal. The reason why that's important to me is because this guy does this business still part-time because he spends so much time with his family, with his wife, his beautiful family. He's got his little girl. He's a soccer coach as well. Total stud. But this dude gets so many business. So Anthony, if you could share with us on social media, how many deals have you closed since you started, and when did you start?
Hey, JC, good morning. I started in May,
Okay.
and I closed 15 deals.
Do the math, guys. 15 deals in the last 7 months. That's an average of a little over 2 per month. And how did you get those deals, Anthony?
It was all, well, 6 of them were through the ambassador program, and the other 9 were through just posting on social media. I didn't door knock. I wish I could, but I'm always with my daughter, so.
Yep. Listen, I love that. 6 of those deals were through ambassadors. How many ambassadors do you have, Anthony?
Oh man, I have like close to 15 ambassadors.
15 ambassadors led to 6 sales. Look at that. I want you guys to take note of this. Write this down too. Success leaves clues. When you're calling the list, and in the video, I shared it on the Power Hitters group like a month ago of me, and I shared it on Power Pioneers as well, of my approach to people. If they give me anything positive, then I lead with the ambassador program. Trust me, that $1,000 gets people into action. It's kind of like if you're thinking of a black BMW. Let's say you're considering getting a black BMW. You start seeing BMWs and black BMWs everywhere that you didn't used to see before because it's conscious in your mind. So when you get an ambassador, the ambassador starts to think of homeowners. He sees something on social media or a conversation about solar. He's got a $1,000 motivation. 15 ambassadors over the last 7 months led to 6 deals for him. Now, I will say this about Anthony.
Yes, sorry to interrupt, but remember the deal we did with David Quiroz?
Yes.
I actually approached him with the ambassador program first, so it was indirect. And he said, well, I'm a homeowner. I'm interested in solar. And you and I closed that deal. And remember the commission on that?
Yes. What was the commission on that? I forgot, but I know it was big.
It was over 15,000. So each of us made like 75.
$7,500. By the way, I thank you for that because I was a mentor on that deal. $7,500 commission. Because he approached somebody about an ambassador. Here's the deal. To be successful, you've got to be bold. You've got to be a little audacious and a little crazy. Right? He approached somebody about an ambassador, and the dude says, hey, well, I'm a homeowner. What's up? And he said, let us get you a proposal. Right? Boom. And here's another good practice, another good way to get a lead. There's a lot of people, let's say you're just starting. But there's people that are starting with that already been with Powur, and they got deals. I had COVID for the last 2 weeks. I had like 5 installs, 6 installs in the last 2 weeks. I couldn't go door knock any of those because here's a good practice. Write this down. Clover leafing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add this later. You go to an install, ideally when the install is happening, okay? And you go, and it doesn't matter, right? Before it happens and during when it's happening is the best time to go. Here's why. You go and you talk to the neighbors to the left, to the right, and across the street. You could talk to 10 to 15 neighbors. Show up with a polo shirt and your business cards. That's all you need. But if you could have a flyer, that's even better. Because a flyer, I'm going to show you, a lot of you guys have seen it. Here's my flyer, right? It says, did you know that electricity bills in California have gone up by 5% yearly since 1971? What does that mean for you? A $150 bill is $191 in 5 years. It goes up 41 bucks. $243 in 10 years and $395 in 20 years. Okay? This is real information. Like, I got a $150 bill or higher. This is the way it's going to go up. Huh? Now, benefits of solar. Boom, and it's got bullet points. It's got my picture on it. Then on the back, right? 0 out of pocket. Earn $1,000 to go solar, right? And it's got more information, right? Simple and concise. I just closed a deal 2 weeks ago because some dude received this flyer from me in June. In June, I went and I did the new homeowner list for about a month and a half. I got 4 deals after a month and a half. And I went 2 to 3 days a week. Do the math. I know that through the homeowner list, you could close 2 to 4 deals per month easily and consistently if you dedicate 2 to 3 days a week to it. There's no excuse to not get deals. There's no excuse. The only thing that's lacking is motivation from people. Your biggest resource is your resourcefulness. Okay? We got everything. We got the biggest commissions. We could beat anybody's proposal 95% of the time, right? We've got the ambassador program. We could sell nationwide. We could build a team and override sales that they're making, okay? New homeowner list. So social media, door knocking, new homeowner list, ambassador referrals, BNI. I'm a big fan of BNI, but you have to have the right expectations. A lot of people join a networking group like BNI. There's BNI, there's Latip, there's a couple different ones. And they'll join the group and they'll expect in the first 2 months to get a referral. When you join a networking group like that, people want to see how professional you are. Do you show up on time? Are you consistent? Do you miss days or are you consistent, right? Are you professional? Do you know what you're talking about? Then they network with you on social media because they take their referrals very seriously. Jonathan Brunasso, who's probably the #1 guy in the whole company, he's a part of BNI. He closes deals because of BNI. What's wrong, son? Oh, it's already wrapped up, so you can look at it. Okay, great. So anyways, BNI is another great way to do it. But here's the deal. I've been preaching to my team. Guys, door knocking may seem a little bit tough. Door knocking gets deals. But you know what's easy? Easy pickings is a new homeowner list. I have a train on the new homeowner list. I closed in 1 month 3 deals in 1 30-day month because of the new homeowner list. 3 deals. There's no excuse. Saturdays and Sundays are the best day to go. You want to set yourself apart from other people? Add 10 to 20 people per day on social media and contact them when they add you. It doesn't take that much time. You want to set yourself apart from other people? Most people don't work on Saturdays. Go work on Saturdays. Most people say that they want it, but they just kind of want it. They're interested in success, but they're not committed to success. Are you really committed to success? Most people claim they are, but they're not. And as a leader, that's one of the frustrating things when people tell, I have this lady, super nice lady, I love her. She might even be on here. And if you're on here, you know who I'm talking about. I said, here's a video of how to enter a leader and assign a mentor. If you watch this video, it's 12 minutes long. I did it. You'll be able to do it. She assigns me as a mentor and there's a bunch of shit missing. I say, you tell me you want success, but you don't have 12 minutes to watch a video. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. If you really want success, these are the things that you've got to do. You got to be willing to spend 12 minutes and pause the video if you have to and do it. But see, it's not hard to win. Most people aren't trying. And the people that are trying, they're going to only try for a couple of months. Most people are not consistent. Most people come January 1st, they're going to start working out and eating healthy for 30 days. Then they're going to stop. It's not that hard to win. You just got to be consistent and persistent and do the right thing for the right amount of time, long enough. And that's how you win. And listen, and here's where we come to the next step. Okay? Tools that you're going to need. Simple. Business cards, virtual and physical. Some people don't believe in business cards. I do. I believe in business cards because look, a lot of people are still going to ask you for a business card. And a lot of people, if you don't have a business card, especially old school minded people, and a lot of old school minded people are homeowners, if you don't have a physical business card, even if they throw it away, they label you as unprofessional because that's still the way. Now, a lot of millennials may not, but business cards are important and it doesn't cost much and it goes a long way. Okay. So business cards, a polo shirt with the logo on it. By the way, Anthony has a hookup on that. He's got polo shirts. You could buy your shirts from him. Okay. I got a couple shirts from him. And then I also bought some polos that I like. I took them to an embroidery place. I said, here's a Powur logo. Slap this logo on these polo shirts. And I got my polo shirts, boom, ready to go. And then flyers, if you are out prospecting. If you're not out prospecting, then you don't really need flyers. Business cards and a polo shirt is sufficient. But if you want to take this business serious, especially, hopefully soon we'll be able to go to networking events. There's meetup.com. There's a bunch of different places. You can go to these networking events. And if you've got your solar shirt, your Powur solar shirt with your business cards, guess what? You're in business. You could network with homeowners and possibly sell solar, or you could possibly recruit somebody to join your business. Okay? But you've got to be on purpose about it. Okay? Here's a calendar to commit to. Powur Hour every Monday at 9 a.m. Here's the deal, guys, about the Power Hour. I'm going to go for about 4 to 5 months every single Monday. 4 to 5 months, I'm going to be doing the Power Hour every single Monday. In about 4 to 6 months, approximately, I'm going to take 1 month off. And this is for personal reasons. But rest assured, for the next 4 to 5 months, I will be doing a Power Hour training on Mondays at 9 a.m., just like we're doing right now. Okay? The next one is a team training series with Jonathan Brunasso, and he has a special speaker. Usually it's a mentor every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Most of these trainings are recorded, if not all of them. Business overview, company business overview by Bobby Smith and Charles Thompson every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's what I would commit to. Be on these, add them to your calendar. Don't put nothing around it. Now, if you're at work or something like that, that's understandable. Catch a replay though. But here's the deal. This is personal development. Personal development is a key to growth financially and growth in business. Personal development. Sharpen your axe. Sharpen your skills. You might only catch 3% of what you learned today. But if you leave with one thing today that can help take your business to the next level, it's worth it. Next week or tomorrow, you may catch one more thing. If you only catch 2 or 3 things a month, where are you going to be in 6 months? Where are you going to be in a year? Last week that Lily did that training, Solar Lily, one thing that stood out to me is that when people talk about that solar is a debt, she said, yes, but this is a debt that has an end date. And your solar, your electricity bill has no end date. You'll pay that forever. To me, that was key, 100% key. I use it with a prospect. She has not signed up yet. She's a pastor. Her and her husband are pastors, and they're still praying about it, right? I believe we're going to get the business up, okay? And so guess what? That little nugget to me, there was a couple of nuggets, but that little golden nugget to me made a difference. That's something I'm adding to my arsenal. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better. That is my mindset. So company overview. And then if you're new, you got to join the onboarding trainings. Go to powercalendar.com, and there's onboarding trainings that show you the back office, that show you a lot of different things that you've got to know. You got to go to at least, in my opinion, 7 to 10 of those onboarding trainings minimum while you're mentoring deals with your mentor. So guys, if you do those things, you're gonna go to another level. Very soon we're gonna have a power training website for our team. It'll be available to any team, not just our team. Okay, all of the content that we're putting together, we're gonna have in modules organized, kind of like if you're brand new, here's where you start, module 1. After you're done with the videos on module 1, module 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so somebody could literally take a weekend, and if you could retain that much information, you go through like a crash course through that, and you'll come out of the weekend from one week to the next super empowered with a lot of information. And keep this in mind, these trainings are not to be watched one time. You're not going to learn all of the stuff here. So sometimes we may repeat some of the things that we mentioned on a particular training in another training, and you'll catch it the second time more than you did the first time, because some of the knowledge that you acquired up until that point made this information make more sense than it did the first time. That's why training is like brushing your teeth and showering. It's something you should do daily. Personal growth is something that you should do daily. Follow our YouTube page. The video, I got to name the YouTube page. It doesn't have an official name, so I got to do that first. But I'm going to post on the Power Hitters group the trainings that I promised. I'll post those up later. Click on that link and go and follow that channel. Okay, and make sure that you use these tools to get your people to watch the trainings. Here's another training that's coming up, okay? And this training might happen next week. This is the last slide, okay? 7 steps to finding prospects, okay? Excuse me, 7 steps to building a team. Number 1, you got to learn how to find prospects. We're going to train on that. Number 2, you got to learn how to invite these prospects to see the opportunity. Prospects could be homeowners, or they could be people that you're trying to recruit into your power business. Step number 3 is presenting to your prospects. Here in parentheses, we say use third party. How have I recruited 38 or 39 people into my business? Here's how. I pique their interest. Thank you. I pique their interest, and I don't present to them every time. Right now at 8 a.m., I did present to a group of people, right? 3 guys. I did a presentation for them. I rarely do that. What I do is I send them a pre-recorded video, and I did a presentation strictly on the comp plan, the meat and potatoes, right? That's aggressive. I got my own recording, and it depends. And then I also use a 26-minute video by Bobby and Charles. That's a little bit outdated, so I'm going to do a new one under 30 minutes that I'm going to use. So here's what I do. When I prospect somebody, I pique their interest, give them a couple bullet points, say, hey, listen, if I send you a video that explain all of this in detail, would you take 25 minutes to watch it? Yes, I would. Great. Let me go ahead and send it to you. Then I set a time for me to follow up with them. By what time today or by when do you think you would have already watched this information? By tonight. Great. How about I give you a call around 7:30? You think you watched it by then? Yes. Great. Guess what? I call them back. They answer the phone. How's it going, Johnny? Good. Hey, listen, man, just following up with you on that video that I sent you. Pretty good stuff, huh? I don't say, what did you think? What did you think opens up to positive or negative? I say, pretty good stuff, huh? He says, yes. Awesome. So did you see a way, an opportunity for you to make some money with us, Johnny? Yeah, I sure did. He might need more information. So I got a couple backup videos to send him. But if he's ready to sign up, great, man. You know, all you need now is, all I got to do is send you my link, go on there and go ahead and sign up. And then I'll plug you right into the training and we get you on board and we start your solar business. Okay. The fourth one is following up. Following up, here's the deal, man. Most people do not follow up. Most people are leaving so much money on the table. So I'm going to get into details about following up, percentages and details. Also, helping your prospects become affiliates and customers. That's a training in and of itself. Guiding them through, for example, with us, having them pay the $148 month one, having them pass an LMS course, having them plug into the trainings, being a good sponsor, adding them to the Facebook groups, adding them to your private text groups so they receive the notifications every single time that there's trainings like this. How many of you guys, by a show of hands, wish that you had more people on today's training? Okay? We all do. We all wish that we have more people in the training. Training is something that you should always, always be committed to, no matter what. And get your people to the training. Okay, guys? And then helping your prospects get started. We talked about that. And then finally, promoting events. Promoting events is one of the highest paid skills. Today, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, there is a train. And at 11 a.m., there's a mentor training. Any mentors, every Monday at 11 a.m., there's a mentor training. Okay? And then at 5 p.m., there's an opportunity webinar. I suggest everybody get on there and listen to the presentation over and over. Even if you don't have guests, you should be on there. And if you got guests, obviously be on there. Don't just send your guests there. Be on there with your guests. So anyways, guys, that's it for today's training. I hope you guys enjoyed the training. Okay, feel free to unmute yourselves. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. So yeah, guys, I'm proud of you guys. Today we had a good training. If you want to unmute yourself and say something, feel free. But tomorrow at 10 a.m., Jonathan Brunasso is doing a powerful training, that happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I think that this training and that training are trainings that everybody should be on every single time. And other than that, guys, let's go out there and crush it. Let's build the momentum from now into 2021. Don't start building momentum in January. Start building momentum now with your solar prospects, with your prospects to join the business. Right now's the time to separate yourself. Most people, here's the deal. Christmas is a day. New Year's Eve is a day. It's not a week. It's not a month. Work in between. Create the habits. Create the champion habits. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Unsuccessful people are unsuccessful because they find every excuse to coast. Then they complain and wonder why they're not where they want to be. They're not where they want to be because of these habits that are not champion habits. Right now, guess what? I'm going to take a couple of days off in December. But other than that, I'm going to be working. You know why? Because I'm on purpose. 5 million homes in the next 10 years. My sales organization is going to put glass on the roof in 5 million homes in the next 10 years. I don't know about you, but guess what? If you have goals that are this small, people with goals that are this big are not going to follow you. People with a bigger vision than you will not follow you if your vision is small. So if you want to build a sales organization, I highly encourage you to level up. I highly encourage you to think bigger, faster. And that's one of the keys. Think bigger, faster. People overestimate what they could do in a year, but they underestimate what they could do in a decade. Think bigger, faster, have long-term vision, own the business, be the solar guy, be the solar gal, get 200 people as soon as possible to know that you are the solar professional, okay? And have a goal to make 20 to 30 grand a month on personal sales. Get to mentor as soon as possible, but build a team before you get to mentor. That way, when you get to mentor, you got layers and layers and layers of people that are assigning you to be a mentor. So with that being said, guys, I love you guys. Let's go out there and crush it. I'll see you guys soon.